Hey guys, Diana here. Um, Welcome to this hangout. Hey Cassandra,
Hey, how are you?
good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful.
Hey, thank you so much for being here.
For sure.
Um, so let's just get right into it. It's just a half hour little interview. Real quick, just to make me feel good and to make me feel better. I just want to state the purpose of this interview. So basically, the purpose of this interview is I just want to get to understand the mindset of a successful entrepreneur, which is who you are. You're someone that is having success. I heard your story just recently, you and your husband's story, and it was just fascinating. And I can relate to some parts of your story, and it just blew my mind. Just what y'all went through, and I know y'all talk a lot about mindset, and I'm very fascinated in fascinated just in the fact that like 90 to 97% of being an entrepreneur is having the right mindset. And I didn't understand that until recently, and it's just fascinating to me. So I just wanted to dig into your brain, I guess you could say, and kind of get an understanding and have everyone that is struggling with mindset to get an understanding of what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. So, and the outcome of this interview is I just want whoever is struggling to break free in their business to understand what it takes, you know. So, um, so I'm just gonna get started. I'm just gonna ask you first off. So, what was I gonna ask? Basically, an overview of your background, like your story, like how you got started online.
Awesome. Well, first, I just want to say thank you for having me here. I truly, truly appreciate it, Diana, and I'm so honored. And congrats on the newborn. How's the newborn doing?
Oh, thank you. He's doing really good. He's right here asleep, so hopefully he won't wake up.
Nice. I won't have headphones in. I was gonna say maybe I shouldn't be so loud.
I know
But
you're good. I got my headphones.
perfect. So hello, everyone out there. I'm Kassandra Lee, and so to answer your question, my story and how I got online, it's something I never thought I'd do. I never said anything about, I want to do internet marketing or let me learn how to make money online. Like, it wasn't something that I even knew existed. And when I thought of it, I thought it was some, far-fetched idea that I was incapable of doing. It just seemed like you needed to have a college degree and, just be extremely smart when it came to marketing. It just sounded like, suit and tie type of thing that I'm totally not. Um, and so, my husband and I, we were running a martial arts school. And, there we were able to use the vehicle of martial arts to impact lives. And we realized how passionate we were about that, about, impacting lives and leaving people different than when they first met us, or unlocking the idea of becoming the best version of yourself. And when we realized that we were passionate about that, we said, I think we can do this beyond the four walls and really touch the world. And so we kind of realized that we weren't really using the right kind of vehicle because it wasn't something that we were using our gifting in. We had other gifts that we wanted to operate in. And so we resigned, and my husband kind of fell into the internet. He got caught up in a capture page and all of these other things. And he was like, oh my goodness, this is so smart. Someone just got my information and literally walked me through what I was getting myself into, and he ended up buying. And he was like, this is so fascinating. And I saw him making videos and blogging and doing all these things that I've never heard of. And I thought he was very weird. And one morning he was just like, hey, we made $500. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah. And I was like eyes open, my ears are in. And I go, okay, if you made $500 not knowing what the heck you're doing, then maybe if I lock arms with you, we can probably make a lot more money. I know that I have a faster capacity of obtaining information or understanding it, rather digesting it. So I was like, I think we can move this ship faster. And that's how I got started, really.
Awesome. Okay. I didn't know that. Um, so now I just want to ask, well, that's good. That was like a good start, getting started online. So what has been your biggest challenge, you and your husband, or your biggest challenge, since you started online to now, as far in focusing like on your mindset?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's a good question. I would honestly say just overcoming the natural human instinct of wanting things now. You know, like when we got started and I saw him make the $500, I thought immediately, if I lock arms with him, we'd make money now. You know what I mean? And it didn't happen as fast as we wanted. But it happened faster than most people who just get started online. We're only going into 2 years being on the internet. And, we had our first significant breakthrough 7 months in, and then 13 months in, we had our first 5-figure month. So most people online go through it 5-6 years of learning it, failing. And so I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful. But at the time, it was heavy struggle. It was just, I was crying a lot. I almost got into depression. But we had to keep battling this mindset. And it was so hard because everything around you says you're incapable. Everything around you says, look where you are. You're broke, you're poor, you have no money for food, and so you have to look at your life and your circumstances and tell it otherwise, and remind yourself that you're going forward. There's something ahead. So the biggest challenge was the unknown, was life itself, in the mind, and overcoming that. That was the biggest challenge.
Okay. You can hear me, right? Okay. Oh, wow. That's amazing. I like that how you said that the biggest, challenge was the unknown. One of the things that I learned from you and your husband was the to be, do, and have, right? And I know that's hard for a lot of people to do. Is just to not focus on the unknown, and to focus on what you want, and be what you want, like, now. And I think that's very, very interesting that y'all, went, like you said, 7 months without really seeing any significant results. I know a lot of people that I've heard of, who quit just after maybe, I don't know, a month, maybe 3 months max. And yeah, people just need to know that this is not you can get, wealthy or rich as quick as you want to, I guess, but it's not like, it takes hard work. It's a real business. And I know a lot of people don't realize that. So that's interesting to see that, it takes perseverance, it takes having the mindset to know that it's going to take hard work, and just like you would go to college, I guess, you go for 4 years, you don't get paid at all, and you just get education, you educate yourself, and then you'll be able to reap the results of that later on. But the fascinating thing about having a business online is that you can actually learn and earn, like, as you go, which, yeah, that's pretty awesome.
To add on that, I was reading a book today called The Entrepreneurial Roller Coaster, which you should totally get. And anyone out there get it, by Darren Hardy, right? The Entrepreneurial Roller Coaster. And it basically, what I was reading today was just how, I'm going to use that example of college, people who are so fascinated with getting degrees and, the cap and gown and that picture historical moment when you're standing there with your diploma, right? Everyone likes, that moment, right? Everyone looks forward to that moment, family, everybody. And no one really thinks about how there's so much work behind that diploma, so much frustration and late nights of studying that goes on behind that diploma. Like 95% of the effort of getting the 5% glory is done in the background, and it's things that we all hate doing. And so in the book, he was talking about that, you know, how we look at entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs or Richard Branson or Oprah even, or just even celebrities. You know, we look at them and we go, man, if I could just have a day in their life, you know what I mean? And all we see is the 5% glory, just 5% of that glory. And hey, it's pretty awesome. That 5% is absolutely amazing. But really 95% of their work, they hate, you know, it's just tough. It's just going to be tough. Like, I don't like doing a lot of things that I know I have to do, but that 5% reward is so much greater than the pain and the struggle that we had gone through, that it was worth it. I would do it again. You get what I'm saying? So it's so important to keep that in mind, that 5% of what you're looking to get out of life. If you don't love that 5%, like with everything in you, you're not going to enjoy that 95%. You're not even going to push through. You're going to give up. So you have to understand that 5% of the glory is minuscule, right? But it's such a big impact when you look back at that 95% of pain. So keep pushing forward, you know?
Yeah. After starting my journey of, you know, entrepreneurship, I realize now, you know, what celebrities and people that have success now have gone through. Like, I have a new respect for people that have success now. Even I learned that, like, Michael Jordan, he failed way more than you would think, you know, if you get what I'm trying to say. Like, it's just mind blowing. You don't realize it. You just see celebrities or whoever in their glory, and you're like, oh, cool. Or you might be a fan of them, but when you listen to their story, it's like, wow. But darn, there was something else you said, which was awesome. But yeah, that's awesome. Another question. I just want to ask real quick, since we have time. I was gonna say, yeah, I heard this little saying. I don't know. I guess it's a quote from somebody. It said, pain pushes and vision pulls. And it is so true, because, you know, when you're in some sort of pain or whatever, or you're striving for something better, that something better needs to be so, like, huge, or you want it so bad that, like you said, you're willing to just do whatever it takes to get there. But you have to understand that you're going to have to get there. You're going to have to actually do whatever it takes to get there. And I think that is so true. And I'm glad to hear you say that going through what you went through was worth it, just to be where you are now. So I thought that was just powerful. But let me ask you, since we have time, so how important is it to connect with people through stories, in your opinion?
How important is it to connect people to my story, you said?
To connect with people through stories.
Through story. Oh man, that's the most important way. And I like to say Jesus did it. You know, Jesus did it. And I mean, every good leader, you know, you don't ever remember the facts so much, but you remember the stories that they tell you and how you felt. You know, every experience that you have in life is only remembered because of a significant moment. You can't remember what you did a year ago on this day. But if I say, you know, give me one fond memory of your childhood, it's because it was a heightened experience that you had. It was so memorable because of the experience. But you can't remember the day, the time, none of that. You can only remember the circumstance, the story. So stories, you know, connecting with people through stories is powerful, because the first thing you said when you got on here was, I heard your story. You know, that was the first thing you said. It's because it's the first thing that you're going to relate to. It's the first thing that you're going to recognize me by. It's the first thing that is going to remind you because of their story, then I can do it too. You know what I mean? If I just tell you facts, that's nothing. Stories are better because facts are never going to be the same. For example, okay, I can say, hey, 7 months I had my significant breakthrough. That's a fact, okay? But your fact is not going to be the same. Like most of the time it's not. It could be in 4 months. It could be in 12 months. It could be in 24 months. It could be in 2 months. Your fact is going to be completely different. But the same components of the story is going to be the same. You struggled, you overcame, and you had victory. You struggled, you overcame, and had victory. And that's what's powerful because everyone's story in one way or another relates to somebody, you know, and it's powerful because that's how we change lives. That's how we impact lives. Because Diana, your story is going to touch lives that I was never meant to touch. And my story is going to touch lives that yours was never meant to touch. Is because it's two completely different stories, but they're so meaningful and impactful because they're going to help someone else. I always tell everyone, everything you go through, whether it be challenging or victorious, it's never for you. Never. Your victories aren't for you. Your challenges aren't for you. They're always for someone else. Always. What you go through in your challenges, learn from it to help, you know, to help someone else who's going through it. Your victories, when you have those victories, share it to give encouragement to someone else to get it. You know what I'm saying? It's never about you. You never go through anything because of you. It's for everyone else in this world. Your life is either going to be an excuse for why you can't do something or the reason why someone else can. And that's it, you know? So stories are powerful.
That's all. Yeah, I like that. And that's, I've been learning about ego lately. I'm sure that has something probably to do with it, what you said about, you know, it's really not about you. What did you say? Your victories, you know, or your challenges are not for you. And if you can get out of yourself, and you know what I've been learning is, you know, ego is not necessarily just the person who just thinks they're all that and it's just self-absorbed. It's also if you think less of yourself, like if you're so consumed about how you don't feel great about yourself or you don't love yourself or you know you don't feel confidence in yourself. I think if we could just focus on others, then I think that would help us just to kind of get out of our shells. And I've recently realized that, you know, whatever struggles we may be going through, just realize that there's a lot of other people that are going through the same thing. And that by you, you know, persevering and overcoming, you'll be able to help so many people. I just think that's amazing. Yeah, I've come to realize stories are very, 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 very powerful. All right. So one last question. So how critical do you think personal development is for someone who wants to be an entrepreneur, who wants to have their own business? Do you think somebody could succeed, you know, without developing themselves?
And you know, I remember one time I went to an event and this girl got on stage and started speaking and she wanted to prove everyone wrong that you don't need personal development to succeed. That was her opinion. And I was very, you know, wowed by her drive for that, you know, like that she was so passionate about how you don't need personal development. I don't know where she is today. I don't know how she's doing today at all. But I don't know if I can agree to that. I think the answer is this, in my opinion, okay, your income is in direct reflection to your personal growth. So if you want your income to grow, you must first grow. I have not seen anyone reach the level of success they've wanted without first developing this. period. Because we are like plants, right? If we aren't growing, we're dying. End of story. If you're not growing, the only other opposite thing you're doing is dying, and you don't even realize it. And so everything around you is a reflection of that. So then somebody says, well, what about the lottery? How about the people who win the lottery? It is a matter of time for someone to make so much money beyond their personal growth before it actually just collapses to meet right where they are. So it's either they have to have the personal growth to sustain it, or it will come down to where they are. But it will never last beyond your personal growth. Your income can never last. So it's either you go high and then money starts to go up, or you win the lottery somehow. Maybe a family member passes, right? And you get a whatchamacallit, what the heck is the word I'm looking for? An inheritance, right? Yeah, so you get an inheritance, and then what happens? If you don't have the self-development to sustain that growth, it's not gonna last. It just won't. It's just impossible. You have to grow. It's rule of thumb for everything. And maybe it's not your personal growth, although it should be, but it's the skill set in which you are looking to make it your moneymaker, right? For example, if I'm gonna be an actress, right, I have to grow in that area to become the best. If I'm gonna be an artist and I wanna be the best artist, I wanna reach a level of success in that, I have to learn it, I have to study it, I have to grow in it, right? If I'm gonna be an internet marketer, I have to learn it, grow it. You never stop the education. Because let me tell you something, the moment you stop growing, the moment all income stops. I'm not even playing with you. So you have to keep this moving. You grow, everything around you will grow. Mark my words.
Man, I love how you say that with such conviction, like you know. And I actually connect better. When leaders like yourself speak with conviction and passion and just, sure about what you're talking about and you've experienced it, I connect with that. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that do. So, hey, you just heard what Kassandra said. I mean, I say that because when I first started online, I heard about the personal development, and I did, I listened to audios, I did what I was told that I should do, but I didn't really get it. I didn't really understand how do you grow from the inside? Why do you have to grow from the inside for your business to grow? Why can't you just do the work, learn the skills, and just, have the success you want? But I've realized that you really do have to have that personal development. You have to learn to love yourself. You have to learn about people and learn about who you are. And so to hear you say that, those words that, what you just said with such conviction, that says it right there. I mean, it's true. Just trust that you need to grow. You need to grow from the inside out in order to have that success. And I thought that was interesting because I always wondered why, because I've heard stories about people that win the lottery, how they get so much money and then it's gone. Their lives are actually worse off sometimes than before they won the lottery. And you said it. It's because they couldn't, I guess their mind couldn't handle having all of that money. And I actually had a family member that won the lottery, a lot of money, and it's gone. And they're trying to win the lottery again. So, hey, mindset is crucial. So, I mean, that's all I got for you. I mean, I'm sure I could think of a lot more questions or whatnot, but that's awesome. That's a lot of, I'd say, value that you've just given. That could, what we just discussed could change people's lives. It's changed my life, personal development. It really has. So I thank you so much for all you watching. If you're struggling, maybe you're doing all the work. Maybe you think you're doing, you're working hard and you're still not getting to where you want to be in your business. Well, take it from Kassandra. You need to grow personally. You need to Oh, real quick, Cassandra, what would you say to anyone who is wanting to get into personal development and grow?
I say go for it, man. Go for it. Don't look back, right? I was listening to an interview with Denzel Washington one time, and he was asked a similar question, what do you say about people who aspire to be where you want to be? I mean, where you are. And he said, don't have a plan B. And that's it. So if you're going to do this, right, and you're going to decide to make a decision to start growing so the rest of your life can grow, all around you can grow, if you're going to decide to start, the journey of an entrepreneur just like Diana did, you need to partner up with her because she's already positioning herself to be where she wants to be. And I'm telling you, there's no greater place than to partner up with someone right when they're about to blow up, right at the moment that you're gonna actually, like, literally watch the transformation in Diana's life, and you want to be a part of that. So I tell you, go for it. Don't look back, because looking back, you'll never be able to go forward. You want to just go forward, go all in, don't look back, 100%, everything you got, burn the bridges, and you will make it. I promise you will.
Thank you so much, Cassandra. Hey, that's what I would say too. Just don't have a plan B. Just don't. Yeah. I don't want to say anymore. I feel like I'm just getting warmed up now, but we're at the we're 3 minutes to the half hour, and I just thank you so much. Just thank you so much. Anybody that is watching this or will watch this interview, your life could change just by hearing this information. So thank you so much, Cassandra, for letting me for sharing yourself with us.
Thank you for having me, girl. I really appreciate it. And those of you watching, I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I wasn't boring. Hope you guys had a good time. This is fun. I appreciate you having me.
Thank you so much, Cassandra, and we'll keep in touch. Any of you who want to, connect with Cassandra or get to know her and her husband, they're called the Power Couple. Get to know them more. Just check them out on Facebook. She's very nice. I just connected with her, and she just responded back. They're just so loving and welcoming. So feel free to connect with her, and you can learn so much. All right, and we'll see y'all later. And I'll see you, Cassandra, we'll talk another time. Thank you so much. Bye. All right, and we'll see y'all. I will see y'all on my next hangout. This is my hangout for the week. I just did an interview, and I will be doing more interviews with leaders, with people who are having the success that they want to have. And I will be focusing in on their mindset and what it took, like I said, or the title of this interview was Evolution of an Entrepreneurial Mindset. And so I'm just going to be focusing on the mindset of people that are having success, because success, grows from the inside out. It just does. It's just what it is. It is what it is, and you can't escape it. You can't escape it, even if you try. You're not going to get to where you want to be if you do not work on your mind. So I would encourage y'all to start working on your mind. Take 30 minutes a day. Listen to an audio. You can click the link below. Actually, I can provide you with a series of, or a bunch of audios. It's our mindset training that we have in our company. It's called the Inner Circle, and it's all the leaders like Kassandra Lee and her husband, and all the 6- and 7-figure earners in our company, sharing with you what they've done to create success. So that's the kind of audios that you want to listen to, so that you can learn how to become the person that you want to become. And so, you can do that. Click the link below, get access to that. Another thing you can do is go to YouTube, look up, some mindset training, or you can look up. I have followed and listened to a little bit of Tony Robbins. You can check out Tony Robbins, but I am in love with Bob Proctor. You can check out Bob Proctor. He will give you a understanding of how the mind works. So if you're one of those people that want to know why things are the way they are, or why you need to work on your mindset, check out Bob Proctor. He will give you like scientific evidence of how the mind works and why you need to work on it and develop your mind. You can check out, I've listened to a little bit of Jim Rohn, but I've heard a lot about him. Jim Rohn, that's Rohn. You can check out Jim Rohn. You can check out Brian Tracy. I learned a lot about self-confidence, and selling, with him. It's about understanding people. You understand people, you understand yourself. Oh my goodness, we have so many amazing leaders just in my company that you want to click the link below and get access to this inner circle training, because you'll have a whole library of audios that you can listen to. You can listen to it while you drive. Instead of listening to the radio, you can listen to this while you drive to work or drive running errands. You can listen to it while you take a shower. You can listen to it while you're doing dishes or cleaning your house, or whenever you have some time where you're not using your mind to think. You can pop in some earphones, or just listen to it on your phone on a speaker. Some mindset training, okay? Some audio. Another thing you want to do, you want to do this daily. Another thing you want to do is read books. You want to read books on this profession, on selling, on networking, on mindset, on entrepreneurship, on success, on how to be wealthy. You want to read books like that will teach you how to be successful in this profession of, network marketing, right? So I know y'all got a lot of value out of that interview, and I'm so glad I was able to share with you, only because Kassandra was so nice. Even though she's reached this level of success that she has, she is still just down to earth and willing to give. And that's one thing I have learned is, if you help people, you'll be taken care of. So, and you can't help people if you're in a place where you are just depressed, or you don't love yourself, or you don't like yourself, or you're just struggling. You can't. You have to step into the person that you want to become. And one of the best ways to do that quicker is to go ahead and do what I said and develop your mindset by listening to audios every day and reading books. So that's what I got for you. That's my call to action for you. I encourage you to, and actually, if I'm talking to you, I attract people that want change, that want to grow, that want better for their lives, and that are willing to do whatever it takes. So you are that person. You are here. You are watching. So go ahead. I know that you're already ahead of me. You're already on YouTube. You're looking. Well, you're on YouTube right now, but I know you're writing down the names that I just told you. Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Bob Proctor. I know you're like me and you'd love to know why things work the way they do. Bob Proctor. He will show you the mind. Look him up. Follow him. And but if you want access to the library of Inner Circle audios, to where you can just have it on you and you can just download them onto your phone, and anywhere that you are where you're not using your mind, you can pop it in, or you can turn it on, pop it, some earphones on, and listen and listen. You know, half hour to an hour a day, at least. So, like Kassandra said, your income is in direct proportion to your personal development. So there you have it, and I look forward to working with you. If you want to find out more about, you know, how to market, you don't want to just, I mean, it's great, do your personal development, but if you're building a business online, particularly I speak to people that have a direct sales business. So if you have a direct sales business and you are struggling, well, first of all, do the mindset training, like I just told you, but you also need some marketing. You need to learn some skill sets. Okay. So you can just, let's see, you can click the link below too. I don't know. I'm trying to do this in the best way, but you can go ahead and just click the link below as also to get access to some marketing training to take your business to wherever you want it to go, because you'll have a whole back office of just any kind of marketing training that you want to do, that you want to learn for your business. That's all I gotta say. So click the link below if you want to get access to that um, that marketing training for your business. So with the understanding of how the mind works, do this personal development, taking what Kassandra said, and then learning some skill sets, you know, of how to market your business. There's nowhere you can't go. There's no place you can't go in your life and in your business. So I would encourage you, check out those links below, get your mindset right, get some skill sets under your belt, and let's I want you to be able to have the success that you want to have in your business, because you got into this industry so that you can maybe quit your job, maybe be at home with your children, you know, if you don't have children yet, or your children to come, and so that you can do what you want with your life and not have to live paycheck to paycheck and be a slave, pretty much. So if you're one who's ready for change, who's ready to grow, who's ready to help others, walk arms with me. And yeah. So like I said, just click that link below. You'll be locking arms with me by getting this marketing training. Okay. So I will see you on the next hangout. I do them every week, and so I try to do them on every Thursday. But I'm going to be doing a video series. I mean, an interviews. Like I said, and so I'm going to do it on their time, whoever I'm interviewing. So I'm going to do it on their time. So really, I'm going to try to have the Thursday hangouts anyway, where you can just be with me and I just talk about what I'm learning. But if not, then you'll definitely know about the interviews that I do and when they're going to occur. So I look forward to seeing y'all in the next hangout, in the next video. All right. Y'all have a great day, evening, whenever you're watching this. All right. Bye.